Faster than an electronic transaction. More powerful than a roll of nickels. Able to leap over a piggy bank in a single bound. Look, on the corner, by the drugstore, next to the bus stop. It's
Money Man!
Money Man, strange visitor from another zip code, here to help you with your money. Let's go to Money Man's secret hideout, the Cash Cave, and see what he and his erstwhile sidekick Loose Change are doing today.
All right, Loose Change. We've got a call from the commissioner, and we've got to go track down arch-villain Penny Pincher.
Yeah, Money Man, I'm real excited. This is gonna be fun.
All right, we're in the Moneymobile.
Check.
We're buckled in.
Check.
I'm wearing my Money Man utility belt, and you've got your jackknife and slingshot.
Double check.
The garage door to the Cash Cave is open.
Check.
And here we go. There seems to be some sort of problem with the Moneymobile. Have you been coming out here listening to the Lone Ranger on the radio again?
Well, maybe a couple of times.
Well, the battery's run down.
Holy dead cell, Money Man. What are we gonna do?
Let me think.
Think. Yeah, good idea.
Okay, here's what we do. I'll call the commissioner and tell him we're going to be a little late. You get your bicycle.
I'm on it, Money Man. I'm on it.
No, I'm going to be on it. You're riding on the handlebars.
Will Money Man and Loose Change ever get out of the Cash Cave? Will they ever track down Penny Pincher? Will Loose Change take the extra minute to put the playing card back in the spokes of his bicycle? Tune in next time when we hear Money Man say,
I hope we don't run into the Green Hornet. I'll never hear the end of this.
On the next handlebar-hugging episode of
Money Man!
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees.
From our super secret studios in a lean-to behind the bus station, it's the Health and Wealth Show. I'm Rusty, and for the next 30 minutes, you're going to hear some good news about your money. Now, here's your host, the Crown Prince of Cash Money, the Eagle Scout of Interest, the man who first figured out who Clark Kent really was. It's David Ernest.
And boy, Clark Kent, he comes in like a storm, man, with that cape flowing and all that wind blowing. When he comes in, it's like a tornado.
He's super, man.
He is super, man. Yes.
I finally saw Justice League the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Have you seen it? Are you a comic book movie fan?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. You talk about the one where one of them dies?
Well, you know, that was the last one.
Okay.
That was Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And this is the one after that.
Oh, I hadn't seen that
where they all get together to go fight somebody.
Hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. You'll like. It's on the.
I think the last one I saw, somebody elevated out of a casket or something.
Well, then you saw this one.
Okay.
You must have seen this one because he. I don't want to give it away.
Oh, no. I hope I didn't give anything away.
The two people that.
Maybe.
I think it's pretty much common knowledge what happens.
Yeah.
People talk.
Yeah. But speaking of storms.
Yeah.
There's always a storm brewing.
Yes.
I can remember.
Always a storm.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't like storms. I mean, but they were not as bad as they were then. They're not as bad as they are now. I can tell you that. Not from my perspective, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first really bad storm that I can remember very vividly. I was 18 years old, and I was working in this hospital, and it literally hit the hospital. And I can remember these nurses scurrying, wanting to know where to go, and they were just flying under counters and all kinds of stuff. I could feel the lift of this storm coming up over the hospital because it was like under a ridge. It was in Fort Payne, Alabama. So it comes up. It was an F1, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't all that big, but it was like a train. You could hear this roaring coming over, and you feel this weightlessness because of the suction, you know, coming over. And that scared me, but it happened so quick. But after that, I got so nervous, about storms. And couldn't help it because I just didn't trust the weather. And when I even built my house that I live in now, I built a huge storm shelter that some people call it a bomb shelter, right under my house.
So if a storm comes over and drops a bomb on you, you'll be okay.
I don't know
if
if
you
I'd
can
be
get to the
okay.
shelter.
Well, the only problem is when I was when we first built it, if you'd gotten in when it was a really bad storm, you probably would have drowned.
Indoor pool. Sweet.
Yeah, for about 3 years, about a day after that storm, a real bad water would come.
Yeah.
The pressure of the water would push into this. I wouldn't call it a basement. It's a storm shelter.
Uh-huh.
It would come up about 3 or 4 feet out of the ground. And my business partner, who built my house, he said, "Well, let's use this. Let's go. This guy's got a paint that we can put on. We put on it and it'll still come through."
The magic paint.
So one day, I was watching a television advertisement, and this guy comes on with Osham. He said, "We can fix anything." So I called him up. They said, "Now, where are you?" I said, "I'm in Montgomery." They said, "That advertisement wasn't supposed to run down there. You guys don't have basements." I said, "Well, I got something like a basement." You know, those guys brought that thing down all the way from Birmingham, installed it, gave me a lifetime warranty on it, which that's another thing. And it's been bone dry ever since, except for one time. And that's when the pump blew out. But they came back and fixed
They
it.
fixed it because you got a lifetime warranty.
Got a lifetime warranty. That's another thing I can't understand. See, that's like insurance guaranteeing too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell you, it was like $2,700 that I had to pay for this thing. Okay, and they come all the way down from Birmingham. When they came back, he told me that pump cost $300, $400, $500, and that was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already got it in my head that every 7 years, one of them things is going to blow up, and it's going to cost them $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 to fix this thing.
Yeah.
How in the world are they making money off that?
That's kind of like those old commercials for Midas Muffler.
Yeah.
And the old man driving the Model T. and he would come in every 5 or 6 years and have to have a new muffler.
Yeah.
And it had a lifetime warranty. Mr. Creedy, I think they called him.
Oh, yeah.
But they'd see him coming and say, here comes Mr. Creedy.
And they never make money. And see, there's these programs that I have that are so unbelievable in the insurance world that go with the investments and go with the insurance and everything. And some of those things have so much guarantees and so much promise that, in an average lifetime, there's almost no way that insurance company would come out ahead. But, we have figured out why they do this.
Why do they do this?
Because the average person don't do right. They don't do right. They wait till about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years and drop the programs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the insurance companies make money. You don't want to do that. If you keep the programs intact, the right ones, they eventually got to pay off. For example, do you know anybody other than, who was that? Ezekiel, or was it Ezekiel, that left this world without having to die?
Hang on. Moses did that, didn't he?
No, I don't think it was Moses.
Moses didn't, and Elijah?
Elijah, that's the one.
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
yeah.
Elijah. They left in a fiery chariot, okay?
Which I wouldn't get in a fiery chariot. That's
You
just
wouldn't?
asking for trouble, yeah.
Well, think about it. I'm not going to get
Well,
into
if I knew it come from the Lord, I'd jump on.
Well, it
But,
might have looked like a flying saucer. I don't know what it looked
one
like.
just rolled up. I probably wouldn't get in.
Point I'm trying to make is we all go through the portal, right?
Yes.
So if you know you're going to die and you got $1 million of insurance on you and you only got $100,000 in it or $50,000 in it, what kind of bad deal was that?
Exactly.
I mean, think about it.
And when you said people don't do right, that made me think. Some people are not going to be able to be around long enough
Yeah.
they're gonna not take care of themselves or get killed, and then they're not. What am I saying here?
What you're saying is they're not going to take care of their family.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah. But here's the new thing. These things actually take care of you because now these death benefits and these accelerations are given to you and you're still alive. All you got to do is just get sick. I mean, and everybody either gets sick or they get hit with a Mack truck like thing. Okay, so how many people get hit with Mack trucks versus how many get sick? Most people get
50-50?
No, most people get sick and die.
I didn't know that.
So therefore, most people going to get this money way before they die, okay? And it's tax-free. So what I'm saying is these are kind of things that you need to look at. You need to look at these things. You need to look at, because all that stuff's tax-free, okay? And also, if something goes wrong, you can get your money. You need to be able to afford what you're doing, but the thing is, it's either going to come to you or your family. So you look at it as a return. You know, a lot of people go around bad mouthing this stuff, but I'm telling you right now, I've been in this stuff over 30 years, and I have seen some wonderful, wonderful things come out of this.
Well, have you seen this?
Okay.
They're running a commercial now, and it shows an older couple. They're sitting on the couch in their home, and they have sold their insurance policy.
Oh yeah.
They're cashing. I guess you're cashing it in.
Yes.
And so there won't be anything left to leave to the kids because they have cashed it in to meet financial needs.
Exactly. And a lot of this stuff is coming about now. The storms are brewing, where more and more income is going to be needed, and the insurance companies, they don't really care whether you sell them or not. And they've got these new programs that will give you the money if you get sick enough, and you don't have to sell them. But the people who are purchasing them, it's called a viatical, or another one is called a life settlement. If it's less than 3 years, it's a viatical. If it's 3 years or longer, it's a life settlement. Viaticals are much more dangerous because you're supposed to be so sick. You know, back when people were dying of AIDS real rapidly, they were buying all these things, and those viaticals got in trouble because they kind of almost got a cure for it. Not a cure, but, they extended their life so long. But if you're like 80 years old and you've got an insurance policy that can hold together till you're 100, and you got a premium that's like 5% or less of the death benefit per year, these folks will actually give you 30%, 25, 30, maybe even 50% of your death benefit. And you might be around for another 10 years.
Now, did you hear all that he just put out there, all those facts and figures? David Ernest has been doing this for over 30 years. I think you mentioned that. And he will share this knowledge with you. He has attained a big mound of knowledge. Matter of fact, the other day, I was over at his office. He said, look over there in the corner, big pile. I said, what's that? He said, that's that knowledge I have accrued over the years. And he'll dip in that pile of knowledge and tell you some stuff. You have questions? He's got answers. 334-279-7431. Call David Ernest today.
Thank you, Rusty.
You're welcome.
But, there's storms brewing, Rusty.
Oh, yeah.
There are storms. We've talked about it. There's storms coming in income tax. There are storms coming with life expectancy. There's storms coming that are going to cause havoc to, our environment. There's storms are brewing all over the place. You've got to be ready for storms. There's going to be social unrest, social problems that are coming. We have got to get ready for the storms, okay? And storms can hit you quick. Now, hurricanes, they're kind of slow.
Yeah.
I mean, so think of the Social Security thing as a storm that's a hurricane. They're telling you years ahead, get ready. We're coming through and going to take your money.
Exactly.
And you're going, well, I'll get ready someday. But then you got this other kind of storm, sort of like a tornado, that's saying, we may have a war tomorrow, but we don't know. But you wake up the next morning and, hey, somebody dropped a bomb on somebody.
Well, tornadoes are the ninjas of the weather scene.
Yes.
They will slip up on you, do damage, and then slip away.
And of course, the hurricanes, tornadoes spin off of them. We know that. Mm-hmm. But what we're trying to say is, the hurricanes are coming when they're coming. And you don't want to wait until the last minute and try to get in the crowd, the herd that's trying to get out of the way. You either want to build your own wealth shelter, bomb shelter, wealth shelter, that you can just get in, and then if the rest of them folks get blown away, you're safe. So your money stays intact. You don't get taxed to death like some of the rest of them might get. So storms are brewing, and we've got to get ready for them. You also need to have weapons. A lot of people have weapons to protect themselves, and there's talk about whether they want to take those weapons away from you. Just like there's talks about whether they want to take the weapon of insurance and Roth IRAs and tax-free and things away from you. You want to get grandfathered in. You want to already have your weapon where they can't come get it so easily. You want to grandfather in with these utilities that will protect you from the storms that are coming not just to the environment, to your pocketbook in the future.
And while you're gathering your slingshots and a box of rocks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Health and Wealth with David Ernest in just moments.
That's what I want. Your love give me such a...
Is your money working for you? Would you like higher returns with lower risks? David Ernest of Ernest Financial Retirement Rollovers has custom-tailored strategies. With over 30 years in the industry, let him help you achieve your dreams. Ernest Financial, where they are always earnest about your money. Visit retirewithernest.com or call 279-7431. That's 279-7431. Ernest Financial.
Legacy. Even the word leaves a lasting impression. Legacy planning is an important piece of your financial puzzle and an important part of what you will leave behind for future generations. That is why we give our clients the From the Heart Journal and your guide to IRA and legacy planning. From the Heart Journal was created for the benefit of your family and loved ones. It will let you document and explore future financial wishes. The Guide to IRA and Legacy Planning will help protect your retirement assets from mistakes. Both of these helpful resources are available in the Retirement Toolkit. This toolkit will give the information you need to help secure your retirement. To request your copy, all you need to do is visit our website at retirewithernest.com or call us at Ernest Financial 334-279-7431. Get your copy today. Good advice is sometimes hard to come by. That's why you should find a financial professional you can trust. There may not be such a thing as a perfect investment. Every financial choice involves trade-offs. It is helpful to have a financial professional on your side to help you organize your goals and have a better understanding of the pros and cons of any financial decision. At Ernest Financial, we focus on working with you to meet your financial goals and provide the advice that can help minimize the hazards you may face. Give our office a call at 334-279-7431 or visit us online at retirewithernest.com.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the...
And welcome back to the Health and Wealth program. I'm Rusty, and sitting across from me, looking all knowledgeable about things financial, it's David Ernest.
Thank you, Rusty. Talking about storms brewing.
I never told you about this one storm.
Oh, what's
We
that?
were talking about storms. Back in the day, when the weather got bad, if you were on the radio, you were at the radio station, you were answering phones, you were getting information and everything. So I'm down in Dothan, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
WTVY 95.5. It's about 8 or 9 o'clock one evening. I'm not sure it was. We had tornadoes everywhere.
Oh.
So I go in, I'm taking calls on there. Well, it blowed my barn down over here, and you know that kind of stuff. People,
Right,
and you know,
right.
people are tuning in. They want to know what's going on.
Right.
Well, there is a tornado just hopping all over the place.
Yeah.
And I looked, and I'm on the 8th floor of this building.
Oh, my.
It's right in the middle of town. It's the Charles Woods building. It's
Uh-oh.
got big WTVY on top of it.
Right.
So I'm up there, and there's a big window, probably, I don't know, 8 by 10
Right.
feet
Right,
out there,
right.
sliding glass windows.
Right.
And I noticed these windows are bowing in
Uh-oh.
and then bowing out.
Uh-oh.
So the pressure's getting all hinky on me, you know. So what I do is I go around there and I open one of the windows a little bit, just, let the
Right,
pressure go,
right,
you know.
right.
Well, I'm on the radio, and I'm looking on the radar, and I'm talking about where this thing is, and I've got the window open, and I said, and there is a tornado in the area, and about that time, it went over the building.
Oh, my goodness.
And it sounded like I was inside a washing machine.
It got loud.
And I just got quiet. You could hear it on the radio. People told me they could hear it on the
Sounded
radio.
like a freight train going
It
over.
did.
I
And-
heard that sound before, like I
and
said, in the hospital.
Then I said, I don't know where it is, made all that noise. I said, but I got a pretty good idea where it just went.
It just went
It
over
just
your
went
head.
over us. And
Yes.
luckily there was no damage or, it's just somebody got their barn blown down, but
And-
they had insurance and everything. But yeah, they'll slip up on you.
That's what you call being lucky.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not lucky.
And sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
Yeah. So you don't want to be a bug that's in the windshield.
No.
No. So the thing is to get out of the way if you can. Get into that wealth shelter. Get into that storm shelter that's going to keep you from becoming the bug smashed on the windshield. You ever seen one of them grimy bugs? You can't even hardly get them off the windshield.
You ever hit one of the big ones that bounces off and it sounds like a rock hit you?
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, what the heck was that?
Sound like a rock.
Oh, we hit a duck one time. It was terrible.
A duck.
Hit a duck. He hit him in the corner of the windshield.
No.
It sounded like a gunshot.
Did it break the windshield?
It cracked it up in the corner a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
And it was so funny. I was a passenger, and you turn around and look to the back, and you're on down the road probably 100 feet, 200 feet, and the duck lands in the middle of the road where he just went straight up.
Went straight up.
Yeah, he went on to duck heaven that day.
Yeah, you don't want to be the duck.
No.
You don't want to be the bug. You don't want to be the one that gets smashed and all your innards squashed out of you. All your
Ew.
goody gone.
Ew.
You know, your goody is what you got to keep.
Yes.
I used to have this dog, and I loved that dog. Well, I had two dogs. You know, some people teach their dogs cookie, and like they say, "You want a cookie?" and they come running, they want
yeah.
the cookie. Well, I taught these dogs, "Do you want a goody? You want a goody?" And if you said goody, the ears would go straight up.
They recognized that sound, and they knew they
Yeah.
were going to get something.
Yeah, go and get something good, a goody, And so they knew what that word was. So do we know what our goody is? Do we know how to protect our goody? If you give a dog a goody or a cookie or a bone, and another dog comes around, they don't really like that. They get kind of upset. So that's not needed. You should really give them the bone or the cookie somewhere away from the other dog.
Or give the other dog one,
But what's happening here is the government is taking all this money right away from us, and right in front of our eyes is giving the goodie to somebody else.
That's just not right.
And it makes us mad.
I'm so angry right
We
now.
would like to bite them.
I'm going to go. There's a tree out there. I'll be right back.
Yeah, well, I know what you want to do on them. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, you want to do like a tree and not leave.
That's right.
Yes. So here's the thing. Don't get fed in front of the other person. Don't let your goodie be taken out of the cupboard. Shelter your goodie from the master that thinks that they know all good and they're going to take everything away from you and give to the other one. You remember I don't know how many people have siblings, but I can remember wanting something.
Yeah.
And my mom would say, "Well, you already had one. Give that one to your brother."
Oh,
I'm going, man,
what is this?
why did you even tell me? Why didn't you just give it to him when I wasn't looking? Or why didn't you buy more? Or why didn't you do this? Or why did you do that? Why'd you have to do that to me? Uncle Sam, he's not even our parent. He's just our uncle. But he has all this power over us.
Yes.
I mean, why did we give him all that power? I mean, we're grown adults, right?
Can we take it back, you think?
I don't know. Obviously not.
Not till we get term limits.
Something's got to be done. So here's the thing that we can do, though. We can be our own protector. We can be smart. We don't just leave our candy out in the open.
No, you got to put your candy up somewhere.
If your candy's laying around, your goodies laying around, all them other little kids, all them other adults that think like kids are going to want your candy. If you let it be exposed to the crowd, you put a bunch of candy out on a table somewhere and everybody's looking at it, what's going to happen to that?
It's going to get gone.
It's going to get gone. You don't want your portfolio exposed to the crowd on the table.
I saw some little kids the other day going in Walmart. There was 3 of them, and they're walking into Walmart. Each one of them's got like $2 bills in their hand. They got their money and they're proud. They're tickled to death. They're going to Walmart to get something. Nobody told them, put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
And nobody can see your money.
Right. You want to keep your money protected.
That's right.
Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your safe. Keep it locked away. Don't expose it. If the master sees it, he might say, hey, that's not fair to this one over here, and he is going to do something for me. He's going to vote for me, or whatever he's doing for him. So he may just pluck your little goodie away. So you don't want your goodie exposed to anyone. You want your goodie put in the cupboard with a locked key, and nobody can see it until you pull it out and you get it.
Do you remember when older folks had a safe? And they would put food in it. It was like a little wooden thing, and it had screens in it.
Yeah.
And that way you'd put the food in there that was left over. You're probably going to eat it for supper.
Right.
And this would keep the flies off of it.
Keep the bugs from splattering.
That's right. So you need to get your money in a safe.
You need to put it in a safe place.
That's right.
A safe place. Not just that it won't go away economically, but it won't go away taxably.
Yes.
Taxes and no growth or loss, those are the two things that eat into your portfolio. So people might say, well, I'm making 20% return. Well, you're making 20% return for who? First of all, nobody makes 20% return every year that I'm aware of.
That would be nice.
Sometimes they're going to get a negative 20 or a negative 30 or a negative 50 if they're making positive 20s, okay? That's just the way it's going to be. But who are you making it for? Yourself, your family, or for everybody else? If it's something that is a community property kind of thing, in other words, it's taxable, don't you know you're going to have to share your goodie? Do you really want to share your goodie with everybody? Do you think that everybody's working hard for their goodie and they're not going to want your goodie?
So they won't have to work so hard.
Right. Well, they're lazy.
That's right.
Some of them are just darn lazy and they don't want to work. Okay? So, and some people can't work. I give them that. And I'm all for taking care of the truly innocent that can't work. But these folks that are running around that could work, don't want to work, and just want to be pure laziness, they don't deserve your goodie. They don't deserve your goodie at all. But you've got your goodie exposed to them because you put it in something, and every year it's reported to the IRS. It's an IRA or a 401k with 5,500 forms, and they're looking at it every year, and they're going, someday we're going to get that goodie. Someday we're going to get that goodie. And if you'd put it in something a little different, or if you could backdoor convert it to a Roth or backdoor convert it to insurance that had overfunding, that had tax-free benefits, if you had done it all in the beginning, or if you'd done it along with doing your 401, now I'm not against 401ks because I know those match. Guys, I know you got to take your match. I know you got to take your goodie.
It's the law.
Well, it's
not really, but it's just a good idea.
It's a good idea. You should not take something that's being given to you because you deserve it. But there's things you could do after you get your goodie to make sure it can't be taken away from you.
So if you don't want your goodie pinched,
penny pincher.
You don't want your penny pinched or your goodie pinched, you need to call David Ernest at 334-279-7431. I bet you got a good idea of places to put your goodie where it'll be safe.
Absolutely. I got several, and the storms are brewing. This story is about storms brewing that want to come and blow away and take away your goodie. And you just need to be protected, and you need to be in your storm wealth shelter.
I wonder if Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, now they were down in the storm shelter.
Right.
I bet they grabbed their goodie and took it with them before they went down there.
They did.
They probably did.
They sure did.
And speaking of going down in the shelter, I'm looking at the clock on the wall, and it's telling me that we have got to go.
Well, I enjoyed it.
It's always good. It's always a lot of fun. But if you need some good information about your money, call David Ernest today at 279-7431, 334-279-7431. He will give you some good advice on how to take care of your goodie. And we'll be back again next time here on Health and Wealth with David Ernest. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Such a thrill, but your love don't pay my bills. I need
All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Each individual situation may vary, and the opinions expressed here may not apply to everyone. Materials presented are believed to be from reliable sources, and no representations can be made as to its accuracy. All ideas and information should be discussed in detail with one of our qualified representatives